Welcome everyone to the OTech Pros weekly webinar. Glad to see everyone here. We have a good turnout of, right now we have 159 attendees, which is awesome. We appreciate your loyalty and attendance, and we have a great show lined up for you today. We have our OTech Pros, and we have Tony Monk as our guest, and we will have Red Redfern coming in very shortly as our guest speaker as well. So we want to begin without further delay. Let me let you know that the topic is the superiority of ONPASSIVE. And to begin, we'll have Bob Takusi give us an overview. Take the floor, Bob Takusi.
All right, Antiline. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Brother Madi, thank you. Thank you for opening us up. Sorry for the delay, guys. I know we opened up already. We had about 103 viewers. So sorry for the little technicality. Brother Tony, my Canadian billionaire. Good morning, sir. Good to see you. Good morning to my fellow brothers, Oliver, Vincent, and Collins. It's a pleasure being here. Yesterday was very magnificent at the Friday Night Live. So we're going to continue with the same spirit. Like Antiline said, I believe our brother, Mr. Redfern, is going to join us. He's going to add more content to what we have to share. Let me begin by saying that my name is Bob Takusi, and I'm your friend. I've borrowed that from our founder, Mr. Ash Mufarah, our CEO. That is how he's been greeting us for the past few years. Every time he comes to talk to us, he says, my name is Ash Mufarah, and I'm your friend. That is a very, very powerful and superior statement to make. Sometimes he comes to us and he talks, he gives us the facts as it is, knowing mindfully well that there are some people within that might not be with us. You know, but those statements, they disarm you, you know. Even if you have an adversary in your house and you come in and upon opening, you say, my name is Ash Mufarah, I'm your friend. It pierces down into the hearts of everyone. That denotes what our superiority is. That is that's the foundation of ONPASSIVE. That is the foundation, at the underlying layer of ONPASSIVE. We have superiority and love. For those of us who've been following us, the OTech Pros, you know that we have a slogan, SSS, superiority, sophistication, and security. But as a matter of fact, the superiority encompasses everything. It encompasses our sophistication and our security. So we're going to examine ONPASSIVE's superiority at a broad perspective. You know, we're going to look at it from the founder perspective, the man who found ONPASSIVE, Ash Mufarah. We're going to look at superiority from his perspective. We're going to look at superiority from the product perspective, because the sacred weapon of ONPASSIVE is also her product, the superiority of her products. We're going to look at superiority from the human perspective, how Ash Mufarah treats us as founders and the employees, our partners who are building these systems for us. We're going to look at the logistics of ONPASSIVE, the offices, how he's making sure that everything about ONPASSIVE is superior. Myself and my co-brothers here, including Brother Tony and Mr. Red, we're going to pull that all out for you guys, our viewers tonight, or today, this morning. So let's start with our founder, Mr. Ash Mufarah. Ash Mufarah comes into the playing field with the requisite credentials. There is none. I challenge you guys to go out there and do your investigation on all these large major corporations. Go find out which of these CEO has the credentials of Ash Mufarah. He comes in as a master of the field with the experience, decades of experience. And now he's saying that he's going to bring all his experience and his gift to the world at large. He's a master in marketing and a master in information technology, you know. And he's financially viable as well. Ash Mufarah is a rich guy. ONPASSIVE is not a project at a dormitory in the college. Neither is it something that's struggling to start in a garage. No. ONPASSIVE comes to you from a seasoned and experienced IT professional and a marketer. So it's making decisions each step of the way, calculative decisions that have been investigated thoroughly, tested, and they are being implemented. That is why ONPASSIVE is coming into the industry, is coming into the marketplace with its dominant stance, the dominant and superiority stance. That is what ONPASSIVE and Ash Mufara is bringing to the world. You know, the superiority of ONPASSIVE can also be viewed from the products. My brother Collins is going to demonstrate this superiority to us. Our products are built from scratch with artificial intelligence. Yes, artificial intelligence has been around for a while, there's no doubt, since the 50s, the mid-50s and the late 60s. You know, but we know that artificial intelligence has actually come into the limelight from around there, maybe 2010, 11. That is when AI became very prevalent. But Mr. Ash Mufara has taken it to the next level. Let me talk like Oliver, the next level. That is what we are doing here. These systems are built from scratch. The underlying layer of ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE sits in artificial intelligence. And then the system, they are automated and they're integrated. So they all talk to each other. And then we have single sign-on. So when customers will come and they acquire their various packages, as you bring ONPASSIVE into your system, you integrate it into your system, you just, once you log in once. And then you can slide in from one application depending on whatever package you choose. So ONPASSIVE is a massive deal that is coming to the world. The products are out of this world, and we speak to you very comfortably because we have current industry experience. We are not on retirement. We are inside the industry. We are using some of these products currently as we speak. So we are testifying here that ONPASSIVE products are superior. Look at OConnect, for example. I use what they call Cisco WebEx. I use Cisco WebEx and Microsoft Teams. And that is the dominant video conference platforms that most of us in the industry we use. We use either Cisco WebEx or Microsoft Teams. I have both. We have both. Most people actually have both. You know, there is no match between ONPASSIVE OConnect and Cisco WebEx or Microsoft Teams. And we are saying this based on a presentation Mr. Ash did to us when he showed us our OConnect about a year and more ago. And we know that Ash Mufara is a compounder. So whatever we saw, which blew our minds about a year and some ago, has been compounded until now that it's ready. So we know that our product OConnect is going to come and just take over the market space for when we talk about video conference. Our OChat is also another dominant tool. I will leave that for our brother Collins to come and break it down to us. But OChat is one of those products that every company that's online is going to need OChat integrated in their system. Because OChat is built, it is with OChat that our tech guys and Mr. Ash, they have demonstrated the awesome power of artificial intelligence. OChat is like a virtual human being. OChat is a guy that will be working to us. OChat knows everything about the system. OChat. And once everything is in full blast, we are running on 100% capacity. It is OChat that is our product, us, the founders of ONPASSIVE, actually. It is OChat that is working for us while you are asleep. Now let's look at the human aspect of ONPASSIVE and her superiority, the humanism of Ash Mufara and the superiority of ONPASSIVE using her employees. Remember, right now we have about close to 1,000 employees, seasoned partners. Mr. Ash Mufara, just to tell you who he is, he doesn't like to call them employees. We call them our partners. The wonderful, amazing men and women who are building these systems for us, our partners in Hyderabad. There are about 1,000 of them. with vast experience in the industry and the academic credentials that is required. Most of them have master's degrees, masters and PhDs. Those are the people working night and day to build these products for us. And Mr. Ash Mufare is also making sure they are compensated handsomely. This man arbitrarily sometimes looks at employees and gives them raise, 100% raise instantly. He has done that. That has never been done before or heard of. And in so doing, guess what? Employee retention. People are struggling to come into ONPASSIVE now. In fact, they are hiring every day. Last week, he told us they hired 7, and the week before, they hired 4. This week, I'm sure they are hiring specialists. And guess what? People are actually coming over to ONPASSIVE because Ash Mufara has unleashed them. He said, hey, you guys come on in, unleash them, let their imagination, their creative minds get to work to build these products for us. And they are delivering. In fact, they are over-delivering. That's why we have what we call above market value products. Because the products of ONPASSIVE, they are coming into the marketplace, they are 10 times above market value because they have features that has not been seen yet. And Mr. Ash Mufara also makes the employees feel good, the human aspect. Every month he gives them cars. Have you heard of a company where the CEO gives cars to encourage or to say thanks to the partner employees? Laptops, iPads, phones, scooters. You know, that is the human aspect and the superiority of ONPASSIVE that we bring. We have training department. He has a training department. We have machine learning and artificial. We have data scientists and professional architects, system developers, engineers, architects. And when the job is over, when they are done, they don't leave. They create a brainstorming team where these guys sit in a room and they are being paid handsomely to think for the future. Think of future enhancements, future products. We have innovation labs, both digital and physical labs, you know. So Mr. Ash Mufara, he does what his heart tells him to do, which is to empower not only us, the founders, but also the employees, to bring them in as family. You know, the superiority of ONPASSIVE can also be seen in the way Mr. Ash has transitioned from the inception, where he acquired a small company that was folding in a town called Calcutta in India, few employees, where he identified the talent that he needed at the time when ONPASSIVE began. But he moved immediately to Bangalore, where he rented two floors. But since then, ONPASSIVE has been in an upward trajectory from Bangalore to Hyderabad, where we acquired a building, a 6-story building. We all see the pictures. As he quests for, he strives for superiority, another building is acquired, or another office is acquired in Singapore, where we have some specialists in the people who are specialized in driving traffic. We'll talk about traffic, those who sit down and make sure all the founders, all the 1.5 million founders, have customers coming to their website. They are in that office in Singapore. And then he goes to where everything is converging. He goes to the new frontier in technology, business, commerce, everything. Dubai. We acquire not only 1, but 2 floors in the tallest building on earth. At the highest office, floor 151, is ONPASSIVE, where ONPASSIVE sits, and it's looking down on where everybody is below us. That is superiority at its core. Remember, this is a company that has not launched yet. They have all these massive investments all over the place. From Orlando to India to Singapore to Dubai. There's another one in the works, actually, at Abu Dhabi, Dubai Internet City, DIC. No company has done this. None. We are yet to launch. We have just barely introduced ourselves to the marketplace in March. Mr. Ash told us last week that ONPASSIVE as a whole, we can make payments to all the founders around the world. We are able to make payments to 196 countries. Yes. And we have about 6 merchants that we are integrating their system so that to facilitate these payments. I'm a security analyst, security and compliance analyst. When he said that, that was big news to me and to most of us. Because before any country will allow you to do transactions like that within their country, every country that we know, they have their own legal, regulatory, and compliance requirements that we must meet. So when I said that, that meant that our lawyers are doing a wonderful job, amazing job. Remember, we have lawyers all over the world. The superiority of ONPASSIVE, I don't know, Mr. Asher said that if he needs 1,500 lawyers, he will get them. We have lawyers around the world who are going to all these countries, going to the various departments or ministries of commerce and compliance to make sure that we meet their requirement. And he told us that we can do transactions to 196 countries. That is a big deal. Because before these countries let us come in, we must meet certain requirements, privacy requirements and security and all that. But he also said that we have merchants, about 6 merchants. Not only that, we are also building our own financial system. So this man is coming at several angles to make sure that when ONPASSIVE starts, we cannot stop. He has so many fallback plans, including our own financial system, just in case, which is in the works. But for these merchants to accept to work with ONPASSIVE, both parties, ONPASSIVE and the merchants, they check each other out. That's what we do. They examine the security posture of each other, because these systems are going to touch each other. The systems are going to connect. And if the systems are connecting, data is going across each system. So I want to make sure you have the right security controls to protect my data. I want to make sure you also have, so both sides meet and they check each other and then before they agree. So that is a big deal. That tells us that gives me, personally, gives me confidence in what our founder is doing. And this also guarantees, or this also explains the superiority of ONPASSIVE. Can you tell me any company that starts with about 1.5 million customers, because we are customers, can make payments in 196 countries with 6 different merchants, and possibly have our own financial system in place? That is the superiority of ONPASSIVE, my dear friends. The great paradox of ONPASSIVE is this: her superiority. It is because of her superiority, the value that she brings, the superior value that she brings to the marketplace. It is that superiority that ONPASSIVE is able to make the prices affordable. Because Mr. Ash Mufara believes in equality, equity. He wants everybody to enjoy the products of ONPASSIVE. So it is that superiority that makes the price goes down, so that every business, that's why Mr. Mufara is saying that ONPASSIVE is the stimulus plan, is the new global stimulus plan. Every business, every company is going to be able to afford ONPASSIVE products. And by so doing, guess what? We sweep the market. We sweep the entire marketplace. It's beneficial to all of us. You know, like I said yesterday, I was looking online, just reading around. Brother Uncle Mr. Redfern or Brother Madi, you know, everybody is excited. I don't know if you listen to them, they are relaxed. Everybody's like there's a feeling of something happening in the air. Redfern is telling us to be good to our families, take care of your family, make sure, you know, everything is fine. It looks like something is happening. There's some, even our CEO, if you look at Ash Mufara, he's relaxed. He's very relaxed. He's having fun. You can tell that he's got it. And then I went to the back office and I saw the note that Michael William wrote, Brother Michael William. And I wrote down a few things that I'm going to share with you here. So we can see the superiority of ONPASSIVE when ONPASSIVE opens its doors to the public to start selling her products through your domain, your websites. You will also start, by any package that you can afford. ONPASSIVE is going to set up everything for you. It's going to deploy her marketing campaigns, providing the needed traffic that you need. The customers that you need are going to come to your website. ONPASSIVE is guaranteeing you those customers to your website, and you can start making money. That is the pledge that ONPASSIVE is giving to all of us. And Michael William ends by saying that, enjoy the calm before the storm. Do these guys know something that we don't know? I see Mr. Redfern here. Good to see you, Red. You know? But let me say this. I'll end by saying that above all else, we have the product, we have the market, our price is superior. Everything about ONPASSIVE is superior. The founders, the employees, the partners in Hyderabad. But there's one thing. There is a higher power that is guiding not only our founder, Ash Mufara, but all of us. Every single founder who listened to this opportunity, this privilege. ONPASSIVE is a privilege. There are people who are smarter than myself. Most of my friends are actually smarter than I am. They listened to this opportunity, this privilege, one-time privilege, and they did not get it. Ash Mufara has attracted those that he believes are going to carry the mission. There's a higher power guiding us, ladies and gentlemen. ONPASSIVE is superior. My name is Bob Takusi, and I'm your friend. Back to you, Auntie Lynn.
Awesome presentation. Yeah, we are clearly superior. No doubt about it. Okay, we're going to now take it to Collins. Collins Mana is going to talk about products. Take it away, Collins.
Thank you, Bob. I just want to greet Red here. Greet everyone. Tony, you're welcome. Martin Ligamo is off, so just to greet the OTech Pro. So it's good to be here again, another Saturday, the OTech Pro, and the topic is superiority of ONPASSIVE. Why is ONPASSIVE superior? So I'm Collins, and I'm your friend. Let me go by Bob Takusi. That's the message from our CEO. We are all friends. So now looking at the product, one of the things I will highlight is timing. We're talking about digital transformation. This is the time, the era of digital transformation, the era of AI. You know, timing is the key for anything you want to do. And this is the time for ONPASSIVE. When we look at the technology, everything is the latest. It's always latest because this is the era. You know, when I dive back like Monday, our CEO it says something about Visual Basic. You know, the time they used to write technology using Visual Basic. And sometimes most of it cannot do a lot of things. But they were happy because at that time, that was the era of Visual Basic. Now we are talking about JavaScript. We're talking about Bootstrap. We're talking about C++, C#. This is the era. And when we talk about the era, remember our CEO said, okay, we are talking about AI was there before, but they didn't make use of it because the technology wasn't there to make good use of it. But we're talking about now where we have this technology to go deep and look at it and say, yeah, we can really build something, use AI, in its fullest. So timing is the key. And ONPASSIVE came at the right time. This is the time for ONPASSIVE. That is the superiority we are talking of. Now, when we look at the products, what can we see? It's a lot. We talk about our ecosystem, single sign-on, everything integrated, driven by what? AI, and machine learning from scratch. We can look at OMAIL. So when we split everything, we said, no, when people look at ONPASSIVE, with the price that Mr. Ashford gave us to become a founder, sometimes we devalue it because of the price, but that's not it. If you take a close look at the product, honestly, if they want to match the price by the product, I don't think some of us would have even joined ONPASSIVE, because you know, where are we going to get the money to join ONPASSIVE, to become a founder? It is not easy to become a founder in an IT company, for sure, guaranteed. Check it. It is not easy, because to become a founder, shareholder, maybe they'll tell you £1 million to become a founder, because they make so much money. But we are looking at ONPASSIVE as a gift, you know, for humanity. Look at the product again. OMail, seamless interface, beautiful, you know, everything integrated. I've never seen a product where everything is so easy to be used. You know, we can break all the components apart. Every component is hundreds of thousands of dollars or pounds, you can name them, and all integrated in one platform, and then integrated again. No company have integrated, you know, what we talk about digital technology, you know, web technology. Nobody have ever done that. ONPASSIVE is the first to do that. We talk about Microsoft. Microsoft did, you know, the package. All of us know, integrated package. But now we are talking about, you know, web application all integrated in one place. Look at all stuff. Again, human resource software is crazy. You know, we have CCTV, fingerprint in one place, all in one platform, all integrated together. As our brother Bob talked about OChat. OChat is the product that will be working for you. You know, voice to text, text to voice, you know, and it's integrated in all the products, because that is the mechanism or the product will be working for you, taking your customer complaint, analyze it, point you to the right direction, direct you to where you are going. OChat is mind-blowing. Look at OMail as well, spam-free. Spam-free, nothing you can think of. And not only spam-free, every function is one, they call it shortcut, just in front of you. There are a lot of people who don't even know where calendar is in some of the other products, you know, mailing system, where your contact list is. A lot of people cannot find it. They come to OMail, everything is just in front of you, like a slider bar, you know. And this is the beauty, the superiority those guys in Hyderabad are. And because they are high-tech guys, they know what the market wants. They know the pain that people have gone through. Like our CEO said, sometimes people waste a lot of time just to understand a simple application. Just to understand a simple application, the time that you waste to learn it before you can use it to do your job. And sometimes it doesn't even help you to do your job. You have to integrate it from one end to the other, or buy several applications before you can do a single job. A job that will take you 30 minutes. You spend hundreds of thousands. They come to ONPASSIVE. Everything is integrated in one place, seamlessly. Yeah. So we can go on and on and on looking at it. This is the time, you know. Timing is one of the things that we can talk about. You know, we are talking about we talk about Visual Basic. A lot of people don't really understand this. You know, first time when they used to write code, everything was hard-coded. Hard-coded. You know, means if I enter Tony Monk or Red Reference, there is no way to change it anymore. But now we are talking about configuration, where you can configure every code, you know, make it so seamlessly and easy to use, which is so difficult to do. But they've made our life easy. What ONPASSIVE is coming to do is to make our life easy by using this technology. You know, everybody, anywhere, every business will find something in ONPASSIVE to use because of the price. Secondly, because of the quality of the products, and because of time constraint, because time is money. And now we are coming with this technology. I can go on. The products are just so many, you know, but they are all products that are hot cake in the market, and ONPASSIVE have taken it to another level. So I'll leave it there and I'll give it back to Auntie Lynn. And thank you very much.
Thank you. That was beautiful. A very dynamic presentation, succinct, and makes me excited just hearing about our products and timing. It's just remarkable. We are all in such a good place just by being in ONPASSIVE. Next, we take it to Vincent Ete, and he's going to be talking about data, data centers, databases. Go for it, Vincent.
Oh, thank you, Angeline. Yeah, thank you for this webinar, great webinar. And thanks also all the leaders here. We have Bob, Oliver, Collins, Red, Brother Tony, and Brother Ref. So thank you all for being here for this great webinar. And then before to start, I would do like my brothers used to do. They said, I'm Vincent Ete, I'm your friend. Okay, so thank you for being to this webinar. And today I'm going to talk about technologies we are using in ONPASSIVE. The technologies will make us to become the superior in ONPASSIVE. So I'm going to talk about the data, what is the data, the database, the servers, and the data center. I will also try to explain the relationship between those technologies, yeah, so that people will not confuse about what is the data. So I will start from the data. So data can be defined as a systematic record of a particular quantity. So when we talk like a personal data, like a name, date of birth, identification number, bank details, addresses, including email addresses, other location, even IP addresses, they are all personal data. So the personal data, this all is the personal data. So the data is all this I mentioned, your name, your date of birth, your address, all this as personal data. So when you put all this data together, and then it become a database. So what is a database? Because people need to understand the database is a systematic collection of the data. So when you pick different data from different area, that make a database. So the database, what the database use electronic and a storage system. So let's say the database make the data management easy. So when you have a different data, like country, you can put a data of maybe all the country in the world. So what make the data management easy is the database. So the database make the data management easy. So multiple data make the database. So like when you go to online telephone directory, you use a database. When they use that to store people information. So when you go to like telephone numbers, other contact details is a database. Even the electricity company, they use the billing system. They use a personal. They use for billing system to managing the billing. They use the personal data. So this is the database of the electricity system. Though they use the database to manage the billing system. So the database is the personal data of individual who make the database. So this is how the database. So how the database also is linked or is related to the server. So the server, they are the big machine. So the big machine sitting inside the data center. So they communicate to the client machine, like client computers. So your computer, your iPad, or maybe your notepad, or maybe any smart device you use it, this is your client machine. So when you're looking for information, you go, your machine will connect to the server, and then you get the response back. This is that's why they call it server. So the server, they are the big machine sitting there, and then most people connect. We're using our personal computer. It could be your laptop, your desktop, your smart device, your mobile phone. We use it to connect to this. When you request information, this is the client. We use it to connect to the server, and then the server will reply back to your client. So this is how the server works. So the server, what is it based? The server is inside the data center. So they are computers where they are located inside the data center. So the data center, what is a data center? The data center also is a facility that centralizes all the organization, share IP, IT equipment, and then IT operation. So this is what the data center is, because the data center, anything IT equipment, IT system like servers, and also backup device, they are all in the data center. So that will make the data center powerful. So all this machine, they get the information. The server is located inside the data center. So the data center is like a big house where we have like your bed, your sofa, your cooker, So, and then is the server, it look like the cooker where everyone go there and cook their food. So this is how the server, but the cooker is inside the house. So the server is inside the data center, the big house. So data center is a facility, big house where all these facilities inside. And then those facilities are inside there to help us to communicate with our IT system. So if you go to the database, you want to query like where auntie lives, I want to find Auntie Lynn address, physical address, you go inside your database, you interrogate the database, and then the database will push the information to the server, and then the server will come back to you within your database. So that's how it works. But that server also resides inside the data center. So this is how we have, that's why we say the ONPASSIVE. And then on ONPASSIVE, we have I will talk a bit about our data center, because our data center have a lot of technology tied to our data center. In our data center is a multi-region data center. So how is it? It's very powerful because it's everywhere in the world. And then our data center is hybrid. Hybrid is on premise and then is also in cloud. So we can get any is suitable for you. If you want any information, you can link to our data center. Our data center also hosts 1 billion customers. No 1 million is 1 billion, because some people say, oh, maybe he's saying wrong, but it's 1 billion, not 1 million. That's our data center. And then the data center is built, powered by artificial intelligence system. So with all the artificial intelligence technology, performance, security is tied to our data center as well. We have a fiber optic, the latest cable using for our data center. We have that as well. Our data center also is a dual IP address. We have IPv4 and IPv6, make our data center much more superior than any data center. I believe better than any data center in the world at the moment. And then it's full automated. There's automation. So we have automation for our data center. We have a latest technology called laser technology. That's the latest technology that most companies outside there, they don't have it as well. Even in top of artificial intelligence, we have a laser technology. So the laser technology boosts the internet connection. If you are somewhere where your internet connection is poor, with the laser technology can power your internet connection, that you can have a better performance, and then connect to our VPN, like a virtual private network or virtual, that give you the most powerful network connection in the world you want. So this is all powerful. That's what make ONPASSIVE superior, because all this technology. But in top of that, people will think, oh, even all this technology, it will be costing. No, it's not costing. So ideally, our data center is ideally for business looking for economical solution. So if business looking for economical solution is ONPASSIVE, even all this technology are tied to our data center is not that costing. So this is what I'll talk about the data center. And then I'll give, before to hand, not taking too much time, I'll talk also the benefits of all this, because our data center increase productivity. So if you come to our data center, you're going to increase 100% your productivity. Data center also improve redundancy and flexibility in our data center. So ONPASSIVE also have deliver high availability and then ensure business continuity for customers. So when the customer, they join our data center, they will have a business continuity. So we have also the disaster recovery plan. So if anything happen in next click, we can get all your data, everything you maybe accidentally delete information or something missing. With our data center, we can recover all the information for you within 5 seconds. Everything is done. We got security. My brother Oliver will talk about that. Mitigation risk, we have that as well, tied to our data center. So we have also improved energy efficiency, because energy efficiency, we have a power supply, we have interrupted power supply, we have all the generators and power bank. So anything happen like power outage ONPASSIVE data center will not affected by the power outage. Even when in case of a disaster event, our data center can replicate and then start doing everything people have it. We reduce also costs because the data center is not that costing like other data center in the world. So we reduce also cost of customer. And then data center bring also scalability and profitability. So a lot of people are going to have a lot of profit, generate more profit we're using our data center. And then also is a scalable. So you can do scale in or scale out. So you can pay as you want, as the way your budget can fit, or maybe your IT resources you need. So it's scalable. And then we have also the last thing, low downtime, and then also zero downtime, sorry, and low latency. So we have a zero downtime for our data center, fault tolerant. So everything is done for you. And also we have a low latency. So when you request information, it's much more quicker than any data center in the world. So I'll leave it there. Thank you, Angeline, for this great webinar.
Thank you, Vincent. I like how you kept it very, very simple. So even if you don't know what a data center is, you'll now know what it is. It was explained very clearly. Thank you very much. Now we go on to Oliver Fonte, who's going to be giving us a conclusion.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Tony. Hi, Red, Maddie. I want to thank all of you for being here. My name is Oliver Fonte. I am your friend from Baltimore, Maryland, the United States. We always have to make our CEO, that's the way he introduced us, and we would like to continue with that. Yes, and the audience, I also want to thank everybody that are here to listen to us, the followers. Yes, the superiority of ONPASSIVE. We are superior. We are sophisticated. We have disruptive products, and all our products that go to the market are above market value, and with innovative features. Tell me which company that got all of this. I don't think so. Then the one other thing that makes us more superior, that is in our products and from data center products and everything, the AI. Our CEO use AI, has tapped into AI and use all the features or module in AI, the integration and the automation. That is what makes us superior. That is what makes us superior. Then let me go into our data set. I don't want to talk much because Vincent has talked about the data set, but I want to tell us the others how we are superior. That other data center, they don't. Yes, they have power. We have power and backup powers, but our power is green. That is the superiority. Our power is green. You know, then come again, we have internet. We have backup internet. So when you shut one down, the other one kicks in. That is why we are also superior. I just wanted to make us to understand that our data center is not any kind of data center like Vincent just explained. Those two things, we have power for backup, but our power is green, and we do have internet also that gets in. We have a backup internet also. That is, we are also superior on that. So we should give a hand of applause to our CEO. Come again, he mentioned to us that our website is going to be dynamic. Every day you have a different website. Every day you have a different website. Every day you have a new website. Your website is going to be show different. We are dynamic. We are also superior. When you look at the structure of ONPASSIVE, you cannot compare with any company. That is the only structure that you can see on this planet Earth. Founders are going to be superior. Tell me which company that came in with founders. We are not going to go, we will not go to the stock market. We are superior. We are superior because we will not go to the stock market, and the founders are there. Everybody comes through the founders before you can get into ONPASSIVE. We are superior on that. We are superior on that. Okay, come again. We were approved in 196 countries. 196 countries. Tell me which of these other tech companies. I know in Dubai, there's no WhatsApp in Dubai. OPA will be in Dubai. We are superior. We are superior. We are superior on that. Don't want to take much time. Let me also go to our security. My brothers, they've said everything. Let me go to our security. Our security is empowered with AI. You can't even get in from the firewalls. Everything that comes from the internet space, we don't trust it. The firewalls are there. That's the first defense. It's also empowered with AI. Before you want to get into us, anything that come into our data center, the secure transmission of data is there also. All the data that reside in us is also secured. The security is there, AES 256. So all around, we are superior. You can be anywhere on this planet Earth. Nobody is going to touch so long as your data is with us. From transmission of the data and the address, we are superior. Is going to be protected. Look at Obless. My brother, they also talk about product, but let me just talk also about Obless. The only crowdfunding on this planet Earth that customers will come, use it, pay, use, they'll get all their money without a dime taken for any percentage. Is only in ONPASSIVE. We are superior. We are superior. We are superior on that. Look at again when you look at the currencies that we are going to use also, 120 currencies. Tell me that is attached to the structure of ONPASSIVE. We are superior. Don't want to take much time. Want to give it back to Anteline. Want to thank everybody that is here and that are following us. And let me give a quote from our CEO before I leave. Think big, dream big, think positive, reverse your dreams. Reverse your dreams. If you have any dream, it's only in ONPASSIVE that is going to be possible. That is a quote from our CEO. Thank you, Anteline. Take it from there.
Thank you so much. That was a great, short but dynamic presentation. And it really, all four of you, you're all together, when you put all your information together, I just know that we are all in such a great place just being in ONPASSIVE. So now we would like to take it to Tony Monk, who is going to talk with us. Come on down, Tony Monk.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Red. Nice to see you here. Thank you for being on. You know, we're talking about, hi, everybody. We're talking about superiority, right? Superiority is right here on this screen. You see it? It's the tech pros, okay? They talk about the products. They talk about the value of the products, the superiority of our products. Our products are next to none, okay? They're proprietary. They're run by artificial intelligence. They are the best products that in the world, okay? And once these products come out, you'll see what I'm talking about. And the thing is, you know, we talk about superiority, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I hate to repeat myself, but I like to implement this into people's brains. The difference between the superiority of ONPASSIVE and other companies like Amazon and Apple is the difference between a stale donut and a 5-layer wedding cake. Okay, what's more superior, the donut or the wedding cake? Okay, you know, the other day I was talking about traffic. I just went on Google and I Googled how to make money online. There's 2.4 billion people that are looking for those keywords. Okay, you know what shows up? Shopify. Shopify shows up. I click on their website. Guess what? Their website is not anywhere near as beautiful as our websites. It's very boring. It's a one-page website. That's it. Now think about it for a minute. 2.4 billion people are looking for those keywords, how to make money online. And we have something called the reseller, right? A reseller position, which is a plug and play system for people that are going to be coming in to use that system, and they don't have to get the traffic. The company goes and gets the traffic because they're the masters at it, right? So think about it for a minute. 2.4 billion people are looking for how to make money online. Our website shows up, okay? Well, in this case, it's Shopify that shows up. If they get 1% opt-in rate, that's 20 million people that just opted into Shopify. Now, with our website, those words how to make money online is going to be integrated with our inside our websites. It's called SEO, search engine optimization. Okay, so we are going to be put in front of these people on a consistent basis, and it's going to be run by artificial intelligence, which is going to happen quickly in seconds. Okay, so that's what it means to have guaranteed targeted traffic that Ash is talking about. Okay, and Shopify, for example, in this case that I'm talking about, if that's a 1% that they just got an opt-in rate, 1%. Okay, now if they get another 1% of sales, you're looking at a heck of a lot of people that just bought the product, right? Ash was talking about a return on investment of 20 to 25%. He's not talking about 1%. He's not happy on the 1% or the 2%. Okay, he's not happy. He's happy if it's 20 to 25%. We have superiority here. That is superiority, guys. Seriously, it's value. It's everything you can possibly think of that's at the highest standards, okay? And you have to remember, and we can't compare ourselves with anybody, right? Because this has never been done before. This is the first time something like this has been done, okay? And I know that. I've been doing this for a long, long time, over 20 years, right? And I've never ran into anything like this before. So talking about superiority, holy cow. And then you have the tech pros who are professionals who come on and teach us about the products, right? The value of the products that we have. These guys are putting their reputation on the line by doing this. Why are they doing that? Because they know what they have here. Okay, they know what they have here. And if they know what they have here, we need to listen. We need to listen to what they're saying. And thank you for making it simple for us to understand, you guys. You guys are amazing. You really are. Back to you, Lynn. That's all I have to say, really. Thank you. For now, anyway.
Thank you, Tony. Awesome presentation. I really love your enthusiasm too. I see your conviction with every word that you speak. Thank you for always being able to help us out and give your perspective. It's very, very valuable. Now we would like to go on to Red Redfern. Red Redfern's in the house and he's going to speak with us.
Hi, Lynn, and the rest of our distinguished.
Oh, one moment. There's an
Yes.
echo. There's an echo
Yeah.
that makes it hard to understand you.
What that is then. Have I still got one?
We can't understand you. The echo's right together with your speech, so it's not understandable. Okay. Red will be right with us. He's going to adjust his audio so that we can hear what he's presenting. It should be fine soon.
Is that?
No, still there.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
significant echo. Shucks. Otherwise, we could just deal with it. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being patient. Red's going to work on his audio. And in the meantime, maybe we can take it back to Bob while we wait for Red to figure out his equipment thing. Bob, you got a few words to say?
I'm just trying to wrap my head around what Tony just said. I don't know if we really heard what Tony just said. I'm just trying to wrap my head around what he just said about the number of people who go online and search on how to make money, 2.6 billion, and ONPASSIVE is coming with the most ultra superior products for people to use to make money online. And if you go online, you Google that, our search engine optimization is going to push you, so they're going to be seen ONPASSIVE now. Tony, I don't know if you've calculated, just let's use 5% conversion rates. I mean, not 25 or 20. I mean, that it's mind-boggling if you think about it, what Tony just said. I think I see Red back. Let's send it back to him.
Okay, let's just test it out. Any better?
No.
Ooh, okay, just try one more time. Hang on.
I wonder if you can speak without the headset, just directly.
Oh, Marty's here.
I can fill in if you need until Red's okay.
Oh, that'd be great. Go for
Let
it.
me just test that just to make sure. Is that any better?
No.
Okay, wait.
Maybe you want to exit and come back
Stefano, is that
in.
better?
No. Maybe you think if you exit and then come back to the webinar, it might do the trick? Okay, we'll look out for you. Raise your hand and we'll recognize you. All right, in the meantime, go ahead, Marty, please share with us.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, great webinar. Superiority. If you look up in the dictionary in a couple of years, you'll see I'm passive, that's for sure. Let me, I have a few notes that, because this is a big, big subject, but so many things are involved to create what that word really means. And as far as I'm passive, they seem to sum it up better than any company I've ever seen or have worked for. So, hold on one second. We're going to have digital superiority, quality, support, technology, leadership. And when you look up the word and what it means, and when you link that word to a company, great companies allow their employees to make mistakes, figure out things, get good things, and make them better. And because of the free thinking, which I've seen in Unpassive, when they hire people, there's no cubicle. They get in, here's what we want, but we want it to be the best. So there's no limitations. A lot of companies bring people in, and here's what you do. Don't worry about anything else. Don't try to be Einstein. This is what you're paid for, blah, blah, blah. Not an Unpassive. Unpassive is look at it, feel free to make it better. If you have ideas, every idea is great. I remember a real quick story about myself. When I was working, I worked for a company that made copper foil. We made the best copper foil in the world. In the late 90s, it was becoming too expensive. The raw copper prices were up over 70, 80 cents a pound. Anyway, it got ridiculous. So we wound up shutting our company down. They laid off everyone. They kept 5 of us, and I was fortunate enough to be one of the 5. And they said to us, we're going to ship you around the world because people want our technology. Because when we went down, we made superior copper foil. So we went to different companies. The maintenance and engineers built the plant. They sent me there to start up the equipment, get all of the solutions accurate, and train the employees. And there was one time in a meeting, Russians can be pretty aggressive, but they were talking back and forth about good this, good that, good this. And I stopped them and I said, I want to say something. I said, I didn't travel 6,000 miles to be good. I could have been good at home. We're here to be superior, make the best copper foil in the world. And when we walk out, and the last thing you see is my back, you will have the best copper foil in the world. And we did. Not about me, but it's the mindset of you want to be the best, be the best. And I appreciate the best in people, the superior in business, technology. And when I met Asmipara, I listened to what he said. I saw that he walked the walk, talked the talk, and paid for the best and looked for the best. And he's done this for the last 4 years now. Did he go out and pick, well, we can hire this guy? That wasn't in his mind. His mind was, I'm looking for the best. And he went out and got whoever it was. He's given cars away. He's given scooters away. He gives laptops away. He gives phones away because he says he believes in taking care of the employee. Because the biggest asset in any company, it's not the wrench or the hammer, it's the person. And if you start off from the first brick you lay with the mindset, we want to be superior at what we do. At the end, the last brick and the last person that you hire, what do you have at the end? What that mindset is superiority. And there's other pretty cool things about it. It's teams of people that go above and beyond the quest just to satisfy a customer. They want the customer to leave with an overwhelming feeling of, They care about me, and they're doing the best they can for me. Value. Value is part of superiority. Can you make the highest quality product in high demand at the best value possible? ONPASSIVE has done that. If you look it up, and when you see the products coming out, do me a favor. Compare them to any product that ever existed in that lane in the industry. Anyone. Price, technology, limitations, all the things and techniques that it does. And I promise you this, you won't find it on this planet, and I don't know any other planet that has it. So good luck on that. Another one, big one in superiority and how you get it. You can't buy it all. You have to have trust, consistency, loyalty. I met these gentlemen and Lynn a long time now. Red, for example, 7, 8 years ago. I am with them mainly because of loyalty, because I trust them and they trust me. That's powerful. That is the most powerful thing you can have. Listen, abilities are nice, but I want to trust that guy's got my back or that woman, because that's far more superior. Why? With technology, I can engineer out dumb. Right? You can engineer out dumb, but you can't engineer or engineer in loyalty. All of this adds up to what we're talking about is superiority. Because when we first brought this up, I thought, yeah, it's an easy word. You stamp it and everybody says it. But when you look in all the history, all the stuff, news about companies that are superior to someone else or one product or whatever, there's key issues in there, the foundation of being superior. Great companies have great leaders. Need I say more? In ONPASSIVE, I met the best, brightest leaders on the planet. And I'm not saying that because I want to blow air up somebody's dress, okay? I'm saying it because I worked in the field. I traveled around the world to hundreds and hundreds of different locations and met many, many people. I've met great leaders, no more than what I've met here at ONPASSIVE. So, see, and that started from the first person. Mr. Mufara stressed being superior, being a great leader, being loyal. All these things, they sound corny, but they equal a foundation second to none. What are the characteristics? Best place to work. At this point in time, we have people that maybe are in their careers the last quarter of their career. What has happened to them? They sit in a cubicle and they're told, well, we don't need you to think, you just do what we tell you to do. And in their minds, they're gold. What does ONPASSIVE do? I want to know what you think. I'll pay you to tell me what you think. And this is why you get a company that is going to come out and flip this world upside down, because there's no limitations. And Mr. Mufara, I know for a fact, doesn't go, to get this, what is it going to cost me? He says, to get this, what do we need to do? It's a big deal. It's a big, big deal. Communication's a big deal. Fantastic. Flexible work environment. Mr. Mufara has people working from their room. They can go home. They got laptops. During this pandemic, they went to different locations. He made sure everybody could do what they needed to do to keep the ball rolling. The mission of the company, the value. The value of the company is to go, like we said, to be superior. To be superior, you care about others. You worry about where you're going. You make sure everybody has the same focus. Support will be second to none. Teamwork, I said it already. Not a better team in the world as they have in Hyderabad, or as founders as we are. I've never seen any better. Never. No joke. And a big one that Collins or someone brought up earlier, timing. Timing means a lot. You know, you bring it out at the best time. We have a stimulus package in a way that all of the products made are very top value ever created, ever. What does that mean for countries going into a recession. We're a life preserver. We're a life preserver for a lot of industries that are drowning. And you're going to see that happen. That's timing. That's part of superiority. Well, I don't want to get into that because I'm supposed to just waste a little bit of time, and I wasted a lot. Anyway, that's all I have. Back to Lynn.
Thank you, Marty. What you shared just shows that our superiority is just not on one plane. It is multifaceted, and that's what blows me away and will blow the world away when they realize what ONPASSIVE is offering. Thank you very much. Now we go to Red Redford. Let's see if his audio is better.
Let's try it now, Lynn. Any better?
There's still an echo, but I can understand
Is it?
you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we'll go with it anyway. We'll see if you can all understand me, and we'll go from there. So, superiority, big words, isn't it, really, to use on the internet space. Why is ONPASSIVE superior to what we see out there? I mean, there is some huge names. We've got $1 trillion company already called Amazon. They're out there, and to come out with a statement of why do you think we will be superior than the likes of Google, Amazon, Microsoft. You can keep going for a long time on why we are. Now, for me, there's two things. One is all these companies that you see out here that are multi-billion-dollar companies. Where did they all start? Most of them started in a shed, in an attic, front room, mate's house, college, university. This is where they all started, and there is anything wrong with how these companies started. They had the vision, they had the power, they saw an opening, and they ran with it, and they worked from there. I mean, look at Amazon. What did they start off doing? They started off selling second-hand books. And if you ever want to have a good read, by the way, listen to the story of how they actually first started. It really is a good read. Anyway, I diverse. And now look at what Amazon is. We've said it on many a time that over 55% of their revenue coming into the company is nothing to do with what we think it is. We buy and sell stuff on Amazon, or not sell, but we buy stuff on Amazon. We click it online, it gets delivered to us, nice little brown package, thanks very much, and that's what we think Amazon is. It's not at all. It's, as the OTech guys have said here, it's about their data center. That's where they make the big bucks. Why? Because there's actually very few data centers out there, and you have to host yourself somewhere if you are going to be big in the internet space. So we are starting at a place where most companies dream of getting to, let alone where we are starting from. We've said it all here, offices on the Burj Khalifa, highest in the world. We're already in at least 4 or 5 different locations around the world. We've already got technicians, we've built everything. We've got 1.4 million customers. Most companies would dream to have 1.4 million customers, and we've got that from day one because we're all founders. We become customers. So that alone gives us a massive superior edge because of our starting point, right? That is the least and the lowest place that we're going to ever be. That day that we start, when we open our doors, that is the bottom line, the minimum ONPASSIVE will ever be. Now, for a lot of companies, that's probably at the top that they're ever going to be. So how it's been designed, okay, this 4-year period of doing everything that they've done, bringing everything together, is by design, okay? It's been strategically done. It's been brought together for this massive crescendo of becoming a customer-based business. Now, this is the other part of my reasons why I actually joined, but also why I believe we are going to be way, way superior than anybody else out there. And that is because of our customers. Now, most people, right, they naturally are looking for the best deal, best value, whatever you want to call it, okay? When we go shopping, we're going to the mall, doing your weekly food shop, you're up and down the aisles, what you're looking for, 2 for 1, half prices, you know, and what you're doing mentally in your own head. You're going up and down, you're looking for stuff that you already have, that you're already going to buy, but you're looking for what you can get as an individual for the best value, whether it's more, as in more volume, or whether it is something that used to be really expensive, but now you get it for half price because it's really good value, because you know how much that costs normally. If it's $10, you get it for $5, bargain. You know, you've just managed to get something of more value at a cheaper price. We do it all the time. So where does ONPASSIVE fit into that scenario? But this is why we are going to be way superior. We have built a company because we have built a company in a way that people are going to get that value. It hasn't been built on profit. Okay, every other company that's out there right now, they've only got one thing in mind: how much money can we make? Whether it's for the CEO, whether it's for the shareholders, the directors, or anybody else involved in the company, they're doing it for one reason: they want to make an absolute shitload of money. Right? They don't care about the customers. They want their product to sell for the biggest amount of money possible, so they can make the biggest profit possible to give to themselves. We built a company where we've completely turned that on the head, right? Every single product that we have now, okay, our CEO said, right, how much stuff can we ram into one product that is going to be way above anything else? Okay, it's going to give so much in one thing that anything else is going to give. Not only is the tech going to be better, not only the visuals, the sounds, the way that it works is far superior and quicker and all the rest of it. And we've put that into one place. But what does this mean from a consumer? You've got two things. You've got ONPASSIVE products and you've got somebody else's product. ONPASSIVE products, it's loaded, man. You know, it's been to the custom shop. It's got everything in there, singing and dancing and lights and whistles. It looks shiny and it's fantastic. It does everything you've ever wanted it to in its life. You've got this other one here. It's twice as much and got half of the gadgets. What is the customer going to do? You're walking down the shopping aisle and you're looking, aren't you? Online is no different. Products are no different. The only difference is you're looking at a screen and you're wanting a product, but you're getting so much more with ONPASSIVE. As a customer, you're going to be naturally drawn to the ONPASSIVE product because it's giving them the value that they want. It's giving them more for their money than they ever want. We are going to be teaching businesses how to change their thought process. We're going to be teaching them the way to do business, because this is the new way of doing business online, is to build it with the customer's mind as a focus of what we can give the customer, not as a company mindset of how much money we can get. And this is why I believe that ONPASSIVE is going to be way superior than any other company out there that we see today, because we've broken that mold. We've gone way above and beyond. We've heard Ashmi Farah saying that he's had meetings with banks and business people and senators and all sorts of people. They've laughed at him because of what he wants to do. They think he's absolutely bonkers. He's completely psycho mad because he wants to give so much to the customer and so much to the founder, you know, because he could be the richest man in the world. Why is he doing it? Because he knows it's the right thing to do. He knows that it's actually going to make the company far superior and far bigger than anything else is out there. Anyway, that's all I've got. That's my two things that I think will make ONPASSIVE superior. And I apologise for my audio.
Not at all, Red. I could figure out what you were saying. And we get the double message. Got it. Your original message plus the echo. So 2 messages for the price of 1. What a great value we got. Thank you so much. Now we're going to take it to Tony Monk, who wants to say a few words.
I just wanted to touch on a couple of things, Lynn, what Marty and Bob were talking about earlier when it comes to the employees. Let's work ourselves backwards. We talk about superiority and we talk about value. Now, today, I look for something that's going to be long-term sustainable. The businesses that I was involved with for all these years, many businesses over the years, weren't long-term sustainable. Okay, they built their foundation with a lot of cracks. And the reason they did that is what Red just talked about. They focused on profits before people. And that's what it's been for the longest time. Now, with ONPASSIVE, I believe that the ultimate superiority and value goes right down to the employees, the tech pros in Hyderabad, India. When they're given the opportunity of inspiration to think and to be creative, that's a good thing. That's a good place to work at. For example, I heard the other day that I think it was Marty that actually said it, that a lot of people are going to want to be employees of ONPASSIVE, and they're going to have to wait until somebody either retires or dies out. Only because Ash is looking after his employees. And when you inspire them to be creative, to use their imagination and create innovative products moving forward into the future, that's a place you want to be at. That creates long-term sustainability. And that's what you should be looking for. Okay, a company that has everything in place. Okay, we've talked about it already, the products, the everything in general that we have, but to have employees that actually enjoy what they're doing and want to actually be there for long term creates long-term sustainability. And as far as I'm concerned, that's extreme superiority and extreme value. That's all I wanted to say there, Lynn. Thank you. Back to you.
That's a great perspective. I think last night, Susie McCrae was on Friday Night Live, and she talked about superiority in terms of ONPASSIVE as an employer. How they treat their workers is really special. And so she kind of echoes what you just shared today. Thank you, Tony. All right, let's take it back to our entire group now. We've heard from each and every one of you. So I'd like to know if there's anything further that you would like to add before we end. Are we good? Everybody good? All right. Well, we want to thank you all for being here. We want to have you come every week, every Saturday at 11 a.m. EDT. We will have a different topic for you. We'll have our OTech pros present, and occasionally we will also have guests like we had with Red and Tony today. And Marty, of course. Marty's a regular contributor. Thank you, Marty. But we hope to see you coming back from week to week, because I think you'll get a lot out of this webinar. So please do come back, and let me give a quick thank you. Today I had a lot of helpers to promote this webinar, and we had 288 participants. This is the most we've had, and that is good for a brand new webinar. We haven't been running very long, and I credit this to promotion. Not only in the back office, thank you, Red, for posting in the back office, but we also have founders who have volunteered to help us. So I want to just quickly mention who they are. They've been posting like crazy in social media, and even at this time, they're still posting. I want to thank Gifty Safoa, Listra Tuak, Myra Aquino, John Barilla, Gladys Nyaboro, Bhupender Singh, and Sampat Patel. They were active for the last couple of hours, and we really want to appreciate them because it's all in promotion. If people don't know about this webinar, they ain't coming. So this is really important. So we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you on behalf of all the OTech pros as well. Thank you so much. I think we're going to end right now. Please join us next week, and also know that we will have Heroes webinar. It's every Sunday at 1:30 p.m. and we have great information for you. It is now a public webinar, but we usually have a group coming. Usually we have Redfern. He's not going to be available on Sunday because he has a special event, and we know that, but he'll be with us in spirit. But he's usually there, and he gives us a great update. He starts off strong with that update And then we have Andy Burks, who chimes in with the sales perspective. And then we go to Q&A. And also the OTech pros will also speak on various topics. So be sure to join us on Sunday. The link will be posted in the back office. Thank you so much for being here, and come back again. We'll see you next week. Thank you to everybody. Bye-bye for now.